goaltenders back in, their starters. Andrew Carter for the Apollo and Ryan Clifford for the Mariners. So it is due to be a great battle between these two teams. Apollo will start off with Caden Wysong at center. It'll be the Tuminello Huffnagel line for the Mariners. Ball is down, and we've begun play here on the men's side on this Sunday. Andes wraps it around. Now Kleckner will come all the way down on the half wall to possess. And back to Andes, and the breakout can start for this Apollo Hockey Club team. They came in to this weekend in first place in this division, but the Comets played so well yesterday that the Apollo moved down to that second spot. Shot there from Andes was blocked off. He'll possess again. Take a look in the middle in the direction of Callahan, but it's cleared away by the Mariners. Tuminello unable to get a stick on it and will come all the way back down for icing and a whistle with 9:19 to go in period number 1. So Apollo Hockey Club team led by their captain Joe Melillo. He's at the left point right now as Wysong takes and wins the faceoff over to the wall for the Mariners. Nick Carter, their captain, will sweep it underneath for DeVito. Back up the wall it comes for DeVito. He'll make a change along with Arizari. And the Mariners will reset on the breakout. Scott Venzel underneath, up for Corey Fredrickson, who had the winning goal in that final game for them yesterday. Puts one in on Carter from long range. Handled it, no problem, and the Apollo will break out themselves. It's Hilliard on it there, being pressured by Lukenbach. Fredrickson has it now, ahead for Venzel, had his steam, into the middle it goes. Fredrickson still with it in the high slot, and it's blocked away by Hilliard. Now Lukenbach. Underneath it goes. Andy gets a stick on it there. And it's back in the possession of Lukenbach. Now Venzel. Out to the point for Fredrickson. Fredrickson underneath. Venzel looking, curling on the forehand. Out shooting, and it's blocked away off his own man, Lukenbach, in front, and to the corner it goes. Matt Altamar picks it up there. Altamar trying to chip it ahead. Gayor gets in the way. And the Mariners go back the other way. Brandon Kwasny now coming back up for Apollo. Here's Matt Altamar. Gayor uses his body. Gets in front of Altamar. And it goes beneath the goal line. Gayor still battling there. Has the stick of Kwasny under his arm. Shot there by Bakunowicz. Faked over to Krause, who fires a wrister into the glove of Clifford. And with 7:26 to go in a scoreless period 1, we get a whistle. Apollo Hockey Club. Seen this resurgence of Brendan Krause, who did not join them in the first weekend in Edison, New Jersey. It's been fantastic for them. Had a couple of shootout goals yesterday. Out there on the line with Nick Phillips and Callahan. Now running ahead is Worgan. He's going to be tripped up by Tommy Tedesco of the Apollo Hockey Club. And the Mariners will get this game's first power play, a tripping call against Apollo. See, Worgan just tripped up there by Tedesco from behind. Scott Worgan, it was a ton of speed. We saw it on display yesterday. And this Mariners power play that's pretty lethal will come out. Fredrickson, Chernetsky, who had that overtime winner yesterday and the last time we saw the Mariners. Aaron Huffnagel, Scott Menzel, and the captain, Nick Carter. As Krause is able to win the faceoff forward, and it goes back down on Clifford. Carter, stuck there by Melillo, shot on by Chernetsky, patted away by Carter. Now Krause's able to get a full-length clear. 20 seconds gone on this penalty kill. The tripping call to Tommy Tedesco. Apollo holding the line. Carter with it there, looking for any avenue to gain the zone. He won't be able to. It'll be stolen away again by Krause, and back down. The pass from Carter was looking for Benzel. Another errant pass there, and Caden Wysong takes it away, and he's able to get a clear back down to Carter. Huffnagel with it. Aaron Huffnagel, 30 seconds to go on this power play, and the Mariners come into the zone. Fake shot there by Huffnagel. Come out to the top of the circle, shoot, it'll go into traffic, never made it all the way through, and another clear for the Apollo Hockey Club with 18 seconds left to go on the power play. Carter puts it wide for Chernetsky. Has a man, Huffnagel streaking towards the net. It's off the pad of Carter, still in the slot. Now Benzel, less than 10 seconds to go on the power play. The penalty to Tedesco. Shot there by Benzel, blocked off. Carter to the other side. That one's wide. On the other end by Huffnagel. And Malilo steals it away. They'll have a 3-on-1 coming up the other way. Huffnagel coming back for Apollo. Kleckner with it there. Shot on, miss. And Huffnagel tries to spin it back the other way off a tip. It'll come all the way back down where Carter will play it up. And then the Apollo Hockey Club wrists it back down into the defensive zone. So about 30 seconds of chaos there on both ends. 5:25 to go in period one. It's Guyor with it now. Being watched by R.J. Gibbs. Now back up the wall in the direction of Morgan. It kicks back over to Kwasny. Guyor. Spins it underneath. Being helped by Urban. Guyor takes it away himself. Stays in the zone where Lukenbach will pick it up. Now Jeff Lenato clears it to the far side where Gibbs will pick it up. Gibbs loads up, fakes the shot, goes underneath. The shot on net by Chavez is off the stick of Clifford and back into the possession of the Apollo Hockey Club. Scott Morgan picks it up the wall where Hilliard will get onto it there for Apollo, but it's ticked away by Urban. And Aaron Huffnagel now. Huffnagel looks to the point. Shot by Gower on net is squeezed by Carter. No rebound there, which is huge because Vinny Tuminello was right there on it. .427 left to go in period number one. Scoreless game. Tuminello wins the faceoff, but Caden Wysong takes it away for Apollo. Callahan tracking on it there, back for Wysong. Wysong backhand pass to the middle. It's Kleckner there, but it's stolen away by the Mariners. Back the other way they go with Martinowski. Now Huffnagel flipping it towards the net, trying to get around Andes, who holds strong. Pass goes to the middle. It's blocked off. Now Tuminello, Mariners still cooking with under 4 minutes to go in a scoreless period one. Huffnagel puts it in front, shot to the left side of the net. Save made by Carter. Callahan regroups for Apollo. Now Wysong puts a shot on net. It's blocked on the side by Clifford. It's Kleckner back on it beneath the goal line. Stolen away by Marcinowski, but Andes picks it up. Tries to put one to the front for Callahan in the high slot. And it's stolen away. Huffnagel's got it. Mariners making a change with 3:19 to go in period one. Now Venezia Alley on it. Nick Carter puts one to the far side for Chernetsky. There is Chernetsky looking towards the front of the net. And DeVito flips it over the top of the cage. Venezia Alley on it. Scott Venezia Alley making a move. The help there by Brett Holman gets it away, and it goes into the bench. Whistle with 2:53 to go in a scoreless first. And the general manager for the Apollo Hockey Club, Jim Doherty, is pleading his case. Thought a penalty should have been called about 10 seconds ago. And he's getting an explanation. From the referees. Chernetsky wins the faceoff forward for the Mariners. We continue play with 2:50 to go in period one. Now Brennan Kwasny. Altamar the shot. Blocked off to the side, and DeVito now. Nick Carter behind the cage. Doherty still pleading his case to the referee. Not sure if any of that picked up on the broadcast side of things. But there's a whistle with 2:29 to go as the ball was flipped into the Mariners bench. Taking a look as the Mariners bench is trying to calm things down. Now Bakunowicz dumps one in behind the cage. Lukenbach picks it up there, spins it around. Morgan on the wall, sealed off by Bakunowicz. And he'll put one to the middle for Lukenbach on the breakout for the Mariners. Puts one ahead. Morgan making a run at things. 2:08 to go in a scoreless period one. Fast-paced action here in the men's division. Now Eddie Urban. It's off the referee and bounces to Morgan. Now Gayor, slap shot there, and Carter had it originally, then it rolled out on the slap shot by Pat Lukenbach on the far side. And we'll get a whistle, some trepidation there for the Apollo Hockey Club. Take a look at the replay. This one, a Lukenbach fired shot that rolled right behind the pad of Carter, who had the wherewithal to scoop it with his glove. Tuminello to take the faceoff. Now Huffnagel tries to spin it back to the point. It's taken away by Nick Phillips momentarily, but back in the possession of Lukenbach. Now Irizarry. Back down low for Huffnagel. Aaron Huffnagel on the forehand, looking for an avenue. Finds Tuminello at the side of the net. Goes off Carter, and behind the net it goes again. That one flipped out only as far as the blue line, where Gayor will pick it up. Now knocked off the ball as Phillips turns one ahead, and Callahan now making a run at things on Lukenbach. Two bodies collide. Now Krause on the far side wall near the circle. Takes a wrist shot. Save made. Rebound comes out to the right circle now, where Krause's got it again. To the front of the net it goes. Callahan, shot blocked off, and that one's flipped out of play. Comes up in the second level of this arena. And we'll get a whistle with 68 seconds left to go in period one. Take a look at that play here where Gayor collided with Phillips. Then an opportunity there in the corner where Lukenbach just straight up muscled. I think it was Holman off the ball. Callahan, rather. Then another opportunity there in front as Apollo Hockey Club is swarming. They'll come out with the Kleckner, Wysong, and Krause line with 1:08 left to go in the first. Faceoff is won by Apollo, but it goes into the stick of Huffnagel, who will flip one all the way back down, and Malilo will have to retreat back on it. 1 minute left to play. Kleckner puts one deeper for Wysong. Chasing after it is Chernetsky. This one up for Fredrickson, who will now come up on the rush for the Mariners. Wrist one on net. It goes over the back of the net. Almost popped back over and in off the back of Carter. Back to the point for DeVito now. Fredrickson finds Veneziale. Carter, slap shot, stuck in the pads of Carter. He couldn't find it, but luckily it's stuck right there. And we get a whistle with 31.5 seconds left to go. Carter almost broke the ice. Swung over. The shot by Carter went into the goaltender Carter. An offensive zone faceoff. Chernetsky wins it back. Now another shot by Carter. Quick shot, almost tipped in by Veneziale in front, but it went wide. Still cooking here as Chernetsky spins one in front, nobody home, and it's taken back by JT Volpe with 19 seconds left to go in this first period. One more rush here for the Mariners. It's DeVito, now Chernetsky. Chernetsky spinning it in on Chavez. It's tipped away by Tedesco, who will now make a run at things with 4 seconds left to go. 3, 2, 1. That will do it for the first period of play. We're still scoreless here from Murraysville good action at both ends between the Apollo Hockey Club, the 2 seed, and the Mariners, the 3 seed. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. You are watching the NBHL Men's Elite Division semifinals from Murraysville.
I love being a part of it because I am a player, I'm a coach, I'm a referee.
Ball hockey is so much more accessible to the average person if you've never played hockey before.
People look at it and like, oh, you just play on it's floor hockey, play with the feet. It doesn't take skill to play. It takes skill to play.
We get excited, people get happy, there's fights, there's everything in it.
It's different.
It's fun.
Fast-paced.
Electric.
I mean, anyone can play.
TickPick had tickets so cheap, it actually got me out to a day game. Mrs. Claus thought I was at the North Pole Supermart. Nah, I hit checkout on these ticks faster than a sleigh on turbo mode. Girl's gonna lose it.
TickPick. Mythical fans, real savings.
Scoreless first period from Murraysville, Pennsylvania between the Apollo Hockey Club and the Mariners. We bring you back into Murraysville, Pennsylvania, where second period action will start in just a moment. Once again, thank you for tuning in. If you're tuning in on the YouTube or the Twitch side of things, I'm Anthony DeFilippo here with men's action. Matt Altamar takes it off the faceoff and quickly comes in for Apollo. On the backhand, puts one in front. Kwasny was there, but Gower was able to push it away. Now breaking back out are the Mariners, looking for more fast-paced action here in period number 2. Now Bakunowicz behind the net for the Apollo Hockey Club. Bakunowicz surveying, 9:35 left to go. First 30 seconds elapsed here in period 2. To the side for Kwasny. Playing pitch and catch was his defensive partner, looking for a breakout option. He'll try to flip it up in the direction of Hilliard, but it's stymied there by Urban. Hilliard still poking at it, and Urban's able to retreat. Will wrap one all the way underneath the net in the direction of Marcinowski, and back the other way for Gower. Austin Gower and Marcinowski trying to break things out. Kwasny applying the pressure on a line with Matt Altamar and Hilliard. Now it squirts free to the middle where Jeff Lanado will try to turn things up with Scott Worgan. Into the zone the Mariners go, making a full change other than Worgan, who has the ball right now, for Tuminello. There's Tuminello and Huffnagel line out there. As Tuminello tried to put one to the middle, but it was blocked away by the stick of Altamar, and Hilliard turns it up for Apollo. They'll dump it in and make a change as well. Vinny Tuminello slowing things down for the Mariners. Now trying to get it up to Huffnagel. It eludes his stick, go all the way down for an icing call with 8:11 to go in the second period. Still a scoreless game, a fantastic men's division game here from Murraysville, Pennsylvania. Both these teams, along with the next game, the Comets and the Greyhounds, both all vying to be named the first men's elite division champions. Come out, Apollo will with their line of Callahan, Krause, and Nick Phillips. An offensive draw to the left of Clifford. One by the Mariners will come to the near side. Irizarry will collide with Nick Phillips, and it will go all the way back underneath for Lukenbach. Lukenbach there. Twisting one under for Irizarry, who will clear things out, but only as far as Andy's whistle blown. And we're going to get a penalty call against the Apollo Hockey Club, and their bench will voiced their displeasure once again. We're going to get a roughing call against Nick Phillips. If we'll take a look at it on the wall, that was the penalty by Nick Phillips there. I didn't see much, but the referees do deem that the Mariners are worthy of a 90-second power play. They'll come out with Chernetsky, Huffnagel, Veneziali, their captain Nick Carter, and Corey Fredrickson. This line generated a power play goal in the Mariners' last contest yesterday. Found Fredrickson on the back door. See if they set up a similar grouping. The Mariners do control with Chernetsky. He had the overtime winner yesterday. Now Huffnagel back for Carter at the point. Carter looking, Wysong there for Apollo. Now Veneziali. Huffnagel back to Veneziali, loads up, blocked away, that time by Andes. Kleckner will try to clear. 23 seconds gone on this power play. Chernetsky behind the goal line possesses. Back up for Huffnagel on the right side half wall. Now Chernetsky. Huffnagel playing pitch and catch, back up to the top for Veneziali. Carter streaks in on the back door. They'll try it, and it's tipped away and cleared all the way back down the rink by Wysong. 40 seconds left to go on the power play. Good kill so far for the Apollo Hockey Club as they'll bring a fresh set of players out. Fredrickson chases in. Tries to put one towards the middle. It's kicked away there by Kwasny, but only as far as the line for Veneziali. Now Carter. Carter down low for Chernetsky. Out in front it comes. It's Brennan Krause, the full-length clear. And with 17 seconds left to go in the power play, it's cleared out, but the face-off will come all the way back down because Krause's clear went behind the goal and snuck out of play. The referees had a quick conversation about where the face-off should go, and they've deemed it will stay in the Mariners' offensive zone. 15 seconds left to go on the Phillips roughing call. .6:33 to go in period two. Face-off won by Apollo. It's Malilo on it there, pressured by Worgan and Veneziali. Now Tuminello. Wrist one in front for Kwasny, who will flip it out. Hits off the roof, and we'll get a whistle. Neutral zone faceoff upcoming with 2 seconds left to go in the Phillips minor, who awaits over at the bench. Well, a seemingly successful kill for this Apollo Hockey Club team, who voiced their displeasure after Phillips was called for a rough. Gower dumps it in, and Phillips out of the box. A successful kill for the Apollo Hockey Club, and they'll break things out with Kleckner now. Kleckner dumps it in. Donald Kleckner on the forecheck. Bodies Gower behind the net, and it comes back up for Eddie Urban. Ahead for Marcinowski. Phillips there, another heavy body thrown. That one's good. And down the rink it comes for Gower. Now ahead for Urban, stolen there by Phillips. Numbers for Apollo, but it's knocked away. And back down into Mariners' offensive zone. Jeff Lenato applying the light pressure on Jared Spear. 5:29 to go, a scoreless game so far as we've hit just about the midway part in regulation. Callahan trying to lift one ahead, now Huffnagel with it. Puts it into the zone for a racing to Manello. It was right before the red line, and they'll call icing. A whistle with 5:16 to go in the second period. Still a scoreless game, a good men's semifinal matchup between the Mariners and the Apollo Hockey Club. Trip to the finals at 2:30 p.m. Of course, we'll have it right here on NBHL's YouTube and Twitch pages. So RJ Gibbs will face off against Vinny Tuminello, and a draw here. Shot, score! JT Volpe with the goal off the face-off. Win by RJ Gibbs. And the Apollo Hockey Club strike first with 5:14 to go in the second. Our broadcast friend here, the NBHL Elite, JT Volpe, was able to wrist one by Ryan Clifford for the first goal of this matchup. Now comes up the boards. Mariners pressuring with DeVito. Now for Irizarry, he'll chip one wide into the Mariners bench. And the Apollo Hockey Club hold the lead. General manager Jim Doherty has to be happy about that one. The bench went crazy after the goal by Volpe. Now the Mariners have some work to do. They send out the Chernetsky, Veneziali, and Fredrickson line. Break here for Altamar. Down the right wing. Matt Altamar, shoot. Rebound is put wide by Holman. Now back up. Veneziali gets it there. Off the top of the bench, and the Mariners will try to break it out. It's kept in by Apollo and Kwasny. Altamar's on the ball. Chernetsky's able to push it out as far as Fredrickson, and it rolls back down on Andrew Carter, who will play it back up for Holman. Now trying an outlet pass to Kwasny. Would have been in on a 2-on-1 break with Altamar there, and instead it comes all the way back down for icing. And we have it with 4:25 left to go, a whistle. We'll take a look at that Altamar chance. Holman had an opportunity, and it was a late stick there by Irizarry that was able to handcuff Holman there. An offensive zone draw coming up for the Mariners team. They'll keep Chernetsky, Veneziali, and Fredrickson out there. Face-off control there. Guy-Orr with the shot. He scores! Guy-Orr have the shot. Not sure if it was tipped in front, but regardless, the Mariners have tied things up at 1 with 4:22 to go here in the second period. We'll take a look at that replay. Chernetsky had the face-off. It was tipped out by Kwasny. Guy-Orr had the shot in front. Fredrickson was there as well. And the Mariners have tied it up just a couple of minutes after that JP Volpe strike for Apollo. Now looking back in with Lukenbach. Mariners applying the pressure again. It's Veneziali down low. Scott Veneziali comes out on the backhand, tries to go back to the forehand, lift it high on Carter, who had the shoulder pad save there. Now back down the other way comes Donald Kleckner looking in front. Hayden Wysong coming up on it. The good stick by Fredrickson knocks that one away. But they keep it in with Hilliard. Now Bakunowicz slap shot. It's score! Kyle Bakunowicz restores the lead for the Apollos just moments after the Guy-Orr goal. And it's 2-1 Apollo Hockey Club with 3:43 to go in the second period. The shot, the pass from Hilliard, the shot by Bakunowicz. And Apollo Hockey Club is back on top. Fast action. We promised you quick action here from Murraysville, Pennsylvania. We've certainly fit that bill here in the second period. 3 quick goals, 2 from the Apollo Hockey Club, 1 from the Mariners. Nick Phillips steals it away. Here's a partial break. Clifford's able to knock it away with the stick, come all the way out of his crease to make the play. Now Krause. Taken away by Worgan, the speed. From Worgan, it's knocked away from him. Urban's unable to get it, and it's taken back up by Krause. Makes a move. Now has the defenseman Jared Spear cutting in on the left wing. Goes behind the goal line. Jared Spear still with it. Now Marcinowski breaks it out. And ahead trying for Urban was Lanedo, and it's back in for Apollo. Attempted clear by Morgan, went off the back of his teammate Marcinowski, and they're able to break it out anyhow. As Tuminello spins one down low, and they're able to get Huffnagel back out on the rink. Huffnagel applying light pressure there. R.J. Gibbs putting it back for Joe Melillo, this captain. JT Volpe back out on the rink after scoring the first goal of this game for the Apollo Hockey Club. Now Melillo will just hold it with 2:15 to go in period 2. Apollo has a 2-1 lead. Well, look now here, he'll hand off to Andes. The time just bleeding away on the second period. Aaron Huffnagel there in a standoff with Andes. Gets it back off for Melillo. Tries a backhand pass to his defensive partner. And Huffnagel tipped it away initially, but now R.J. Gibbs comes up. Hands it off to Andes on the breakout. Back in comes Andy, streaking down the left wing, still with it. Now Nick Carter comes in and breaks that up. There's DeVito. Jockeying in the corner with Huffnagel. Chavez twists one down low, but Irizarry breaks it out. Huffnagel and Tuminello have a break. Tuminello shot wide of the net. Huffnagel on the rebound. No goal. And it's cleared out by Chavez as far as the blue line for DeVito. DeVito's pass goes awry to Carter. And Apollo is able to make a much-needed change. There was action in front of the goalie, Andrew Carter, but they come back in quickly with Huffnagel. They're offsides on the far side. Chernetsky was jumping on to the rink to make the change. And we have a whistle with 1:06 to go in period number 2. Neutral zone draw. Here's the chance from Tuminello. Just wristed one wide of the goalie Carter. And here's Apollo on the zone entry. Kwasny streaking down the middle. Shot on, rebound. Knocked away by Clifford. Nick Carter on it now, less than a minute to go. 54 seconds left in this second period of play. Coming back up now is Apollo. 2-on-1 with Holman and Altamar. Shot. Glove save made by Clifford. It goes back into the corner for Altamar. Now Kwasny puts one out in front. Active stick by Clifford. Kleckner on it now. Donald Kleckner, far side corner, puts one back up to the point for Hilliard. Hilliard and Bakunowicz. That duo gave Apollo Hockey Club the lead. 24 seconds left to go. Apollo Hockey Club still swarming. Kleckner gets a stick on it there. Vanese Alley trying to get one out of the zone, but Kleckner is too strong. Kleckner for Altamar. Looks back for Kleckner. Nick Carter steals one away. Corey Fredrickson now coming down and trying to save the icing, but he can't. So it'll be an offensive zone faceoff for the Apollo Hockey Club with 7.7 seconds left in this period. Goalie Andrew Carter for Apollo's had to stand strong, as has Ryan Clifford for the Mariners. 7 ticks left in the second period. Now one into the corner. Chernetsky lifts one off the roof. And now 4.2 seconds left. 3.5 seconds have gone off the clock since the last whistle. Face-off, Melillo in the offensive zone. Chernetsky's able to win it back, and he should be able to kill off the rest of this period. He will. In what was an uneventful first period on the score sheet turned into an eventful second period on the score sheet. JT Volpe broke the ice. Adrian Gayor and Kyle Bakunowicz, 3 goals in just about 90 seconds. We'll come back for the third period, set to be a good finish here in the Men's Elite Division semifinals from Murraysville, Pennsylvania.
From the beginning of time, men and women have been friends, family, but yet rivals as well. Some of the most epic battles have been fought from the North to the South Pole and anywhere in between. As time flies, battles have transformed themselves into sports. Yet, the fundamentals remain the same, with lighter shields and a different type of sword. But evolution is clever. It introduces new rules but keeps one thing intact: adrenaline. So it's with honor and pride that we present to the world all of the above into one sport. Hockey ball, the game born in the North that can be played from the mountains to the ocean, and from America to Europe, all the way to the land of the rising sun. Napper. Anyone, anywhere.
TickPick had tickets so cheap, it actually got me out to a day game. Mrs. Claus thought I was at the North Pole Supermart. Nah, I hit checkout on these ticks faster than a sleigh on turbo mode. Girl's gonna lose it.
TickPick. Mythical fans, real savings.
Final period of regulation from the Men's Elite Division semifinals in the NBHL. The Mariners and the Apollo Hockey Club. Apollo has a 2-1 lead thanks to the goal by Kyle Bakunowicz, his first of this elite season. Didn't have any points in that Edison part of the schedule, Edison, New Jersey. Now he gets on the board in one of the more important games for the Mariners. The only more important one would be the finals at 2:30, and a tripping call is coming up against the Mariners. Carter comes out of the goal, and the Apollo Hockey Club have 6 men on the rink right now. An early third period penalty as Krause controls. Apollo looks to set things up with Krause taking his time. Now Caden Wysong with it. Wins it back over and back to Callahan. Callahan will stand behind his own goal. So again, a delayed penalty coming up against the Mariners as Callahan makes a run. Down the right wing he goes, bumped off the ball by Marcinowski momentarily. It's back to Wysong. Krause looks to load up on the left point. Back for Wysong, now Krause. Donald Kleckner with it on the left side. Kleckner loading up off the side of the net. And the Mariners are finally able to touch up with Marcinowski. And with 8:44 left to go in the final period of regulation, Apollo looks to extend their 2-1 lead. A tripping minor coming up to the Mariners. The guilty party is Marcinowski. He will sit for 90 seconds. Apollo will bring out their top power play unit with Joe Malilo, their captain, Callahan, Krause, Wysong, and Kleckner. Couple of speedy forwards out there for this Mariners team, Tumanello and Huffnagel. There's Carter on it for the Mariners, only clears as far as the blue line for Krause. Brendan Krause looking to set things up for Apollo. Comes back out top for Wysong. Now Kleckner, back to Wysong at the top. Kleckner fakes the shot. He's opening up over there on the far side. Back for Krause, now Wysong. Apollo's using the perimeter. Krause winds up, shoots, goes off the end boards, and it's still loose in front. Still loose and cleared out eventually by Nick Carter with an injury there. A couple. Ryan Clifford, the goalie, is down. And we also have an injured Apollo Hockey Club member. That's their captain, Joe Malilo. After a mad scramble in front, take a great look at it from our behind the net camera. It took a weird hop off the lively end boards that we've seen. Clifford got twisted up, and Carter was eventually able to clear, but Malilo collided with DeVito. This could end up creating an interesting situation because the Mariners don't have a backup goalie. Their backup goalie is right now is a non-rostered goalie, Bobby Teagarden, who played yesterday in a game where Apollo Hockey Club put up 7 goals on him. Luckily, Clifford is back to his feet, and it looks like he's going to stay in this game. With 8:07 to go in period 3, the Mariners killing off a tripping minor to Marcinowski. Still 54 seconds left to go on that. And we'll reset play. The faceoff will come all the way back out onto the Mariners side of the rink and the neutral zone. Two to 1 score, 8:07 to go in the third. Mariners are able to control off the faceoff with Tuminello. They have the zone. Tuminello working into the corner, being hounded there by Wysong, Krause, and Malilo. And Malilo is able to steal it away. Now Callahan with it. Callahan fakes a shot, now dumps it in. DeVito first on it for the Mariners. And he's able to clear one only as far as the blue line. It's stolen away by Malilo. Now in on the rush, it's Wysong. Back up to the top for Krause. 20 seconds left to go in this power play. Brendan Krause looking. Opening up is Wysong. He'll shoot. It's blocked away by Huffnagel, and it goes into the corner where Malilo picks it up for Apollo. Malilo looking. Callahan behind the net. He tries the Michigan, and it comes back out. The Marcinowski minor has been killed. We're back to even strength. Krause wrists one down below. And it comes back over to the near side where Wysong picks it up for Apollo. Back out, Veneziali on the rush. Looking to dangle on Krause, and it comes back out to Kleckner. Kleckner pushes one ahead for Callahan, hits off Nick Carter's stick, and Lukenbach has to retreat for the Mariners. 6:47 to go in regulation. Now a pass picked off by Brett Holman. Up the other way, trying to find Kwasny. Altamar's got it now. Shoot, score! Apollo Hockey Club up by 2. The wrist shot from Matt Altamar finds the back of the net, beats Clifford. And they have a 3-1 lead with 6:37 left to go in period 3. It's off of a kind of broken play here. You'll take a look at it on your screen. Right here, Altamar shot just beats Clifford glove side. And now he's back in on the rush. This line with Kwasny and Holman. There comes Matt Altamar. Near side corner. Altamar spins out. Finds Tedesco at the point. Slap shot misses. Jared Spears on the ball now, and he'll dump into the far side corner. Now Lukenbach on it. Up for Veneziali. Veneziali moving, shooting, in on Carter, and he'll cover up with 6:06 to go in the final period of regulation. Just moments after Matt Altamar restored this 2-goal lead for Apollo. It'll be Eddie Urban to take this face-off to the left of Carter. Callahan tries to flip it up there to Phillips. Goes back to Hilliard, and he will flip for Callahan this time with speed on Gayor. Gayor closely watching. Well, Callahan spinning into the feet of Gayor, and he will take it back on the breakout. Looks for Scott Worgan, now to the middle for Urban. Partial break, shot by Lanedo. What a save from Carter. That was best of the day. Callahan puts it ahead for Bakunowicz, who's streaking in, but the save by Andrew Carter keeps this 2-goal lead. For the Mariners, rob Jeff Lanedo of a goal. Apollo still cooking with Krause. Krause loses his blade, breaks his stick. And a penalty coming up. Krause threw his stick and will end up getting a penalty on that. But first, We'll take a look at the save. Right here, look at the save. Andrew Carter coming over, able to make the right pad save. We'll take a second look from a different angle. It looks just as good from there. But first, the referees will have a discussion as to whether or not Brendan Krause will receive a penalty. He broke his stick, and then he threw it forward. That was an interesting play. The near side referee, John Sylvester, called a penalty, but now the three referees having a very long discussion as to whether or not he'll receive a penalty. Explaining to Joe Malillo now. And now the scorekeeper. And I think Krause's going to receive a minor penalty for this. He will. The Mariners have a huge opportunity coming up with 5:19 to go in period 3. 90 seconds on the power play. Huge chance they'll send out their top power play unit with Chernetsky, Fredrickson, Veneziali, Huffnagel, and Carter. A trip to the finals on the line at 2:30, and the Mariners will possess. Here's Aaron Huffnagel. For Carter on the perimeter. Carter loads up, now looks down low for Veneziali. Carter at the top. Veneziali slap shot, blockered away by Carter in front. Andrew Carter standing on his head. Veneziali now on the near side half wall for Carter. Nick Carter. Caden Wysong and Donald Kleckner doing a good job. Into the middle it goes for Fredrickson. He backhands one towards the cage. It comes free. Fredrickson saved by Carter. And Veneziali. 50 seconds left to go on the power play. Nick Carter loads up. Huffnagel blocked away by Kleckner. And it comes to the wall. Now Carter. Far side Chernetsky misses the net. 40 seconds left to go in this power play now. Carter, Veneziali. Nick Carter to the top, Veneziali. Over to Huffnagel. Veneziali shot blocked away by Wysong, and we'll get a full length clear. Apollo doing a great job of guarding the middle of the rink there as Tuminello's able to gain the zone. And look for Chernetsky. 14 seconds left to go. Shot there. Comes out off the lively end wards. And it's cleared away by Malillo. This should do it for the remainder of this Brendan Krause minor. Apollo Hockey Club really tightening up on defense. 3:48 to go. We're back to even strength. And the Mariners still with possession. Carter puts one in on Carter. Now Fredrickson. Scott Warrian with it. Wrists one towards the cage. Andrew Carter didn't see it at first, but found it at the last second, made the save and covered up. We'll get a whistle with 3.5 minutes to go in this third period. A 3-1 lead for Andrew Carter's Apollo Hockey Club. Just peppering with shots on this power play. You see a couple of blocks from Wysong and Kleckner, but this one, the best opportunity for sure, popped right out to Fredrickson, and Carter was able to put that right pad down again. 3.5 minutes left to go in regulation. Offensive zone win for the Mariners. Guy Orr has it. Guy Orr spinning back for Urban. Now back to Guy Orr. Guy Orr with the only goal for the Mariners in this game. Tied it back in the second period. Guy Orr looking down and finding Tuminello in the corner. Spinning it down low and cycling it for Eddie Urban. Urban circling out, trying to find a pass. It's intercepted by Krause, taken back by Wargan. To the wall it comes, and Guy Orr's able to possess. Now Tuminello. Tuminello spinning one towards the net. It's blocked away that time by Bakunowicz. And back up top for Lukenbach. Shot comes in on Carter. Whistle blows. The net came off. And another save by Andrew Carter with 2:45 left to go in the third. Still a 3-1 lead for this Apollo's team. Look at this. Andrew Carter just bumped the post off, and Tuminello came in for the rebound, but the whistle had blown. opportunities aplenty for the Mariners. They need 2 in the final 2:45. Carter, offensive zone faceoff win again for the Mariners. Chernetsky's there. Andy's right on him. That one's flipped up and out of the zone for Gayor. We'll continue play. 2:27 left to go in regulation. That one shouldered away by Carter and moved in. Nick Carter behind the net, leaves it off there for Fredrickson. Holman's able to get it up the wall for Altamar, and the Apollos will have an attempted clear, but it hits off Donald Kleckner on the bench. So we'll have an offensive zone faceoff, and the Apollos are unable to change. All 3 of our semifinal games have come down to the wire today. It's already the Orcas and the Angels on the women's side. Next up, it'll be the Comets facing off against the Greyhounds. Offensive zone possession again for Gayor. 2:07 to go. Pass eludes Chernetsky, but Fredrickson finds it behind the net. Fredrickson spins one in front. Altamar looking to find it on the wall. Chipped ahead, but only as far as Veneziali at the blue line. Veneziali, wrist shot blocked away by Malilo. Now Fredrickson with it. Moving towards the front of the cage, and it's knocked away by Holman. Andy's now flipping. Hand by Carter. Mariners keep it. It's been all Mariners here in the last couple of minutes. Desperation time now. 98 seconds to go in the game. Wristed down into the corner for Worgan. Now Carter, Veneziali. Back over for Carter. Loads up, fakes it, back to Chernetsky. Down low, goalie pulled now for the Mariners. It's Worgan. Now Chernetsky whiffs on the pass initially, back down to the far half wall for Worgan. Gayor loads up, shoots, misses the net. Carter's got it back. Carter up top for Gayor again. He'll step in, look to the far side for Worgan, shoot, blocked, and it's cleared again. The Apollos are able to change because it was tipped out of play. The faceoff will stay inside with 1:03 left to go on the clock. If the Apollo Hockey Club are able to make it to the championship, big credit to their goaltender, Andrew Carter, who made a number of saves this game, and the Mariners will take a timeout just before the faceoff. Smart decision to regroup with 63 seconds left to go, potentially in their elite season. And man, this play has sure been elite today. This morning in the early game, we saw the Angels take down the Novas, and then we saw the Orcas take care of the Hyenas in our second game. And then in this one, our first contest between the Apollo Hockey Club and the Mariners. The Apollo Hockey Club came into this weekend as the #1 seed. They dropped down to #2, but a big reason they were even in first place to begin with, as we take a second look at our bracket here. The next game coming up, the only and final semifinals game between the Comets and the Greyhounds. But the Apollo Hockey Club came in to this weekend on the back of Andrew Carter, who had the highest save percentage in the men's division at .948. And now we come back out of the Mariners' timeout. 63 ticks left on the clock. And a face-off to the left of Andrew Carter. Once again, thank you for listening in on NBHL's YouTube and Twitch pages. I saw we were eclipsing 200 viewers. I think that actually eclipsed where we were at yesterday. A lot of people tuning in online and in person for the second day of the playoffs. Tripped up there, collision, no call. Mariners possessed with under a minute to go. Shot there by Carter's, blocked away. Into the corner it comes for Tuminello. Back up to Nick Carter. Looking over for Huffnagel, shot save made by Carter, and Urban takes it. Carter for Huffnagel. Huffnagel looking Firing off the post. 35 seconds left to go. Huffnagel putting one towards the front. Traffic there. Wysong comes away with it. He's able to clear. Carter knocks it down with his stick. Carter puts it in front. It's knocked out for Huffnagel. Now 20 seconds to go. Huffnagel has to put one towards the cage, and Tuminello is able to find it after the shot misses. 15 seconds to go. Guy Orr tries to put one to the middle. Krause is able to clear the length of the ice, heading towards the net, but it misses wide left. It'll go for icing. With 9.1 seconds to go, it's going to be a tough task for the Mariners to even get one goal. They need 2 in the next 9 ticks. So in all likelihood, it will be the Apollo Hockey Club fending off this Mariners attack. As we take a look at some of the traffic there in front of Andrew Carter, lively end boards, more so on the other side, but still, as the Apollo Hockey Club will run away with it. It's Donald Kleckner backhanding one into the goal. And the Apollo Hockey Club goes up 4-1 with 3 seconds left. That ices it for this Apollo Hockey Club team. They will defeat the Mariners as the referees let the final 3 ticks go off the clock. What a game it was for the